What's good, bitches? Welcome back to Prison Blade Gaming and Ghosts of Saltmarsh. It's been a long-ass time since we had an episode, but that's because depression's a bitch. Anyway, we're not sure if Shinzo's gonna show up tonight, but we also have two new players. Shinzo just showed up. Hi, Shinzo. How are you? I'm slightly delirious right now, so this is going to be a fun episode.
Yay, delirium.
Yay! Anyway. Shinzo, what's up? How you doing? I see you sitting over there. Is your mic dead?
There we go.
There we go.
No, it took a second to authenticate, apparently.
Alright. So,
come on, Google.
First things first, I'd like to apologize to all of you, players and viewers alike, for taking so long with this. I was depressed. I didn't know where this game was going to go. And it basically kept me from doing anything for a while. So, my sincere apologies, but we're back. We've got two new players joining the campaign. Shun, who is joining with a, Shun, what's your character?
Helica.
Would you like to elaborate any further than that?
Oh, sorry. Actually, this is my first time to this sort of thing, streaming and all, and being in the public like that. But yes. My character is a tabaxi. I guess decked out in brass and as tall as a tree. That's the only thing I could really describe her as. She's quite tall, has a menacing glare about her. She is. This is an introduction, just by the way.
Yeah.
Correct. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess wherever she's arriving from, it seems like she has had a long travel, as her eyes are just heavy, just and it looks like she has fatigue.
Cool.
But that's all I can elaborate on for now. I'm gonna keep everything else a mystery.
That is just fine. And also joining us is Bean, who is playing a creepy old lady.
Yo, my name is just old little Charlotte, or you can call me Grandmama. But I like to observe all my children very well. I have wrinkles on my face, but I'm quite young, younger than you think. And I hunch a little bit. I'm quite frail, you see, an old lady like me, with a pigtail that spikes up, almost like a scorpion. But I'm no poisonous old lady. I'm quite fine.
So she's like the reverse of the pedophile trap anime trope. You know, like characters who are actually 1,000 but look like they're 12. She's actually 12 but looks like she's 1,000.
You might be correct. Who knows?
Alright. Where we last left off, our party of 4 had just finished basically destroying a smuggling network in an old haunted house on the southern side of Saltmarsh. They also discovered that there were adorable mushroom people living in the house, and decided to either, leave the mushroom people alone and maybe take over that smuggling network for themselves. And that brings us to the first part of today's session. As Quapple would be hanging out at the local bar when he would be approached by a tall, gangly individual. You're Eobard Quapplefo, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Looking this individual over, he appears to have kind of a presence about him that says, "I'm smarter than you, but I'm not paid enough to talk about it." He pushes
Kind
it,
of,
he pushes his glasses up his nose, looking down at you. "My boss wants a word with you."
and who is your boss?
"Captain Theodore Horfrost. And if you'd like to roll me history, you recognize the name offhand. Something about it rings a lot of alarm bells in your mind. I'm going to give you advantage because of your background. And after a moment of thinking, you recognize the name. Captain Theodore Horfrost is a high-ranking agent of the Sea Princes, the pirate nation that used to rule Saltmarsh.
Right. The old right. And what exactly did he say did he say he wanted with me?
He said he wanted to talk to you. That's all I know.
Right. Right. But did he say it like he wanted to talk to me or like want to talk to him?
Let's just say it'd be in your best interest to actually come and talk to him.
It's probably true. And yeah, we can go with him.
As you stand up and like start walking with him, you discreetly see him pull a small knife from his pouch and kind of hold it against your back as you start walking. He leads you to a upstairs part of the tavern and inn, where it's a small balcony with a private table that looks out over the entirety of the lower main bar area. Sitting there alone at the table, looking over a bunch of maps, is a very broad-shouldered man with a scruffy black beard and mustache and hair that looks like it hasn't been combed or washed since he set sail for the first time. Bless you. A large tricorn hat with a peacock's plume is hanging on the wall next to him. The captain looks up as you enter. "Mr. Corplefoe, have a seat, please."
Nice to meet you, Captain. Offer my hand for a handshake.
He offers you his hook.
Gingerly, kind of, just like index finger and thumb, kind of light shake.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Ailbrov, you are about right here. He kind of smirks as you gingerly shake his hand, hook, car door hand, and gives a small smirk. I already said that. I'm tired. Anyway.
A lot of smirking.
Yeah. "I take it you're the one who dismantled the Sea Ghost smuggling operation."
Oh, I mean, that wasn't really. It was more a side effect of what happened, of what I was doing.
And pray tell.
Completely honest.
And pray tell, what exactly were you doing?
Oh, some locals thought the place was haunted and wanted us to check it out.
So you went on a ghost hunting adventure. and wound up dismantling one of my operations.
Kind of spreads his hands wide. It's just kind of it got out of hand really fast.
Look, I wasn't a fan of that prick Sanbalay, but I must admit, the fact that you managed to dismantle it in one night. And he leans close to you, and as he does, he kind of adjusts something on his hook hand, and you see lines on his hook start to glow. The fact that you managed to dismantle it in one night is impressive. Who worked with you?
It was just a couple of guys that I had rounded up.
He holds up his hook, and you see a wave of magic flow out of it, and covering the entire table and both of you. You might want to start telling the truth.
I mean, they were just a couple guys. One was a beekeeper. The other one was, he said he was some sort of traveler. And the other guy was a pit fighter. Pit fighter. Yes.
I know a mercenary pit fighter in town. Wouldn't happen to be Shinzo, would it?
That would be the guy. I believe that was the name that he used. Yes.
Bok? Yes, Captain. Go get Shinzo. Bring him here. We're gonna have a nice long talk.
Quap's eyes kind of get wide as he kind of struggles to get comfortable in the seat. Maybe motions for a drink or something. Uh-oh.
Alright. At this a few minutes later, Shinzo is brought up to the table. What would Shinzo have been doing prior to being dragged up to this little meeting?
Probably getting drunk.
Right. Enter Shinzo.
Hey, it's a co-op! Holy crap, hey, what's up, man?
Hi. Shinzo, this is, Captain...
Captain Theodore Horfrost.
Yeah, Captain Horfrost, yes. That's this gentleman. He wanted to talk with us about the haunted house.
Oh, yeah, that was a great day.
You see that Quaps just kind of gives you the body language of just tell him whatever he wants, man. He's
I'm going to level with both of you. You wrecked one of my operations. I'm not pleased about that. But you also got rid of a complete asshole that I didn't like dealing with. Would someone please make those dogs stop?
Apologize.
Sorry, boss, I get right on it.
No. God damn it.
Horfrost continues. You wrecked my operation in one evening. That is both infuriating and impressive. I'll get right to the point. I want to hire you two.
How much money are you talking about?
100 up front for this particular job, with a 500 payout at the end.
Shinzo kind of looks over at Quap and just kind of like does the little questioning nod, like, what do you say?
Quap
Like, I'm
breathes in
cool with it.
huge sigh of relief. Yes, we would absolutely be willing. Yes, we could do that. What do you need done, actually?
There's a rich noble coming into town. Some princess from a far off land. I want you to get close to her. Figure out where she's from, what she's doing here, what she's doing in our domain. And then report back to me. After that, I'll have the rest of your orders. And we'll figure it out from there.
She moves up to a princess. No problem. The ladies love me.
Well, sounds like a pretty easy job to me, but will there be any fighting?
If she doesn't like you, there'll be plenty.
Alright. Well, Shinzo then lifts up his cup of ale that he's been drinking on and just shouts, "For honor and money and glory!" and then drinks.
So you're always this loud.
It seems so.
He's drunk.
Hoarfrost picks up a goblet full of wine and kind of air toasts the two of you. To future profits. And then he downs it. Now get out of my sight. I've got work to do.
Scrambles out of sight.
Alright. And with that, we will turn outside to the farms on the outskirts of town. Or near the gates of town, I should say. Where we find Amo.
God damn it. Harry! Look, can you not just sit still while I'm gone? How many times did you wreck the shack this week? This is at least 3.
The donkey stares back up at you.
It's not a donkey, it's my kaiju.
I was actually going to introduce your kaiju here.
Oh. Then yes, fucking donkey!
However, in the chilly night air, the sun setting over the horizon, in the small patch of woods nearby, just right over the crest, you see a faint glimmering light, gold like honey.
Finally, she shows up again. See, where is it? Where is it? I'll grab a net, and I start sneaking my way back towards the light.
Roll stealth.
Oh yeah, double nat ones. I got this.
With
Damn.
With 2 natural ones, you manage to sneak up on the light, who very obviously knows you're there because it continues leading you around in circles. You hear the faint chingling laughter, like chimes on a windy summer day. And then, as you get close enough to the glow, you see a small humanoid figure with buzzing wings and large black eyes.
My God, you are real. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, I didn't drink any of that today. You're definitely real. I'll call out in Sylvan. Hello?
all you get back is laughter.
Oh, damn, if I knew I was this good with the ladies. I'll approach cautiously.
As you get about 10 feet away, the tiny golden figure suddenly vanishes. The smell of honey flows past you. And what you see in its place as you regain your senses is a large egg. Not a normal egg. It's about the size of a donkey, with hexagonal plates instead of a shell.
Well, now. Sell it. Keep it. Piss off the Fae. Keep it. I'm going to touch the egg, see how heavy it is.
As you touch the egg, you feel a searing pain on your palm. As you pull away instinctively, you look at your burnt hand to see that it isn't burnt. There is instead a golden hexagon inscribed on the center of your palm with a small symbol that you recognize in Sylvan means keeper.
Oh god, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
And then the egg cracks.
Oh god, okay. No, I didn't break it already. I swear I didn't break it. It's just doing this on its own.
It's a couple of the hexagonal plates start to crumble away, revealing something moving within. And like a moment later, a figure pops out of the egg, unfurling itself, shaking and buzzing angrily as it gets its bearings. The creature looks like a dinosaur. It looks like a donkey-sized T-Rex. But instead of a tail, it has a large bee abdomen covered in thick fur. Its eyes are large and insectoid, with multiple facets glimmering in the faint light, and two large antennae sprouting from its head. And naturally, from its back come like 4 large bee wings, which are buzzing faintly. It immediately notices you and pounces at you.
Okay, I'm gonna be in shock, but I'm gonna try and stand my ground. Be intimidating, I'm also an animal, but I'm not afraid of you, so you can't attack me, obviously. Please don't attack me.
It ignores that and knocks you to the ground. As it stands over you, one massive clawed foot stepping on your chest, as you hold your hands up trying to, oh god, what the fuck? It notices the sigil on your hand, sniffs it, looks down at you, and then steps off of you.
Okay. So I'll get up. And it's just kind of staring at me. So I'll reach out a hand and see if it moves its head into my palm or anything.
It does.
Okay. Good. Whatever you are. I'll have to get you in. I'll figure out you a name soon enough. Jesus. Here, I have a bit of honey on me. Do you like honey?
It's
Should like honey.
As you pull out the honey, it sniffs it, opens its mouth, revealing blue insides with a long tongue that it uses to like slurp into the bottle of honey, pulling all of it out in one gulp.
Oh, God. Imperial elephants, I swear. Okay.
You hear the same chingling laughter above you, but as you look up, you find only a smattering of golden light dust.
Thank you, Miss B, Queen Bee. I'll just call you Queenie for now. Thank you, Queenie. As for you, we'll figure that out later. Figure out your name later. I assume you're going to need a place to stay, right? I'll take that as a yes. If you'll follow me, I'll find somewhere to put you. But damn, I guess I do need to drink this after all.
Alright. And with that, we are going to pop over to someone else. For the folks at home, I'm going to link in the description my Kaiju Tamer class, which is what Dingo has graciously offered to help us playtest. You can help playtest it too, please, for the love of God. And this is a monster from the Lasers and Liches setting called a B-Rex. And it's awesome, because it's a giant T-Rex mixed with a bee. But now we are going to go over to Ikaroth, who would be on the north side of town, just returning from a meeting. A meeting with who? You don't know. Fucking someone. But unfortunately, he's going to meet someone very interesting on his way home. As Ikaroth is heading back into town, he passes by one of the older houses. And okay.
Suddenly, tornado.
Yeah, and then fucking Dorothy shows up with Toto in tow. As Ikaroth is passing by one of the older houses on his way back into town, he notices a figure that he doesn't really recognize from town. A strange old woman with a spiked up ponytail. And immediately, as the two of them look at each other, they recognize each other as warlocks.
Ah, a young child. A quaint little one.
Well, that's just the way it seems, isn't it?
Ah, yes. And are you perhaps another brother?
I suppose it depends on who you ask.
Hmm.
I don't consider much family.
Neither do I. The weather is quite cold, and her teeth chatters. What is this quaint little place, I ask?
What is this place you're in right now?
Yes, I'm just on a vacation, you see. A nice, quaint little coastal town seems fit for an old lady like me.
This is the lovely Saltmarsh. Not too many vacationers out here.
You see,
That
I...
is-
Oh, continue.
That sounds like someone who isn't a simple old lady would say.
This is exactly what a regular human would say as well.
Bean, roll me insight, please. Wait, your character sheet isn't fully set up yet, is it? Nope. Okay.
No, it's not, but that's okay.
That's okay. You can tell after talking to this stranger for just a little bit, you can tell he's not human. In fact, if you had to guess, you'd say he was a Yontai, a snake person. And if he's a Yontai, that means he's probably involved with the serpent cults all around this region.
The old lady sort of hunches over with a very old, sort of decrepit looking walking cane. She's walking along the path very slowly and peering, almost gazing right through the Yantai's soul. I see you types slither around quite a lot.
Interesting. You see us a lot. Of course you would see.
I've seen
Come on.
lots of things in my day.
I suppose you have. Where might you be traveling from?
I'm just an old lady from the woods.
Just like I'm a young man traveling from the woods.
Perhaps very different.
Fight!
Icaroth kind of grins back.
Well, I guess you'll be off to doing something. I do not know.
I was going to take a nice hike today. Are you looking for something to do in Saltmarsh on your vacation?
Oh, I'm just here for the sights, you see. Just looking around. But it's good to have some children by my side. I'm scouting for some, you see.
Oh. Oh. A chance if we run into each other again, what might your name be?
You can call me old Charlotte, or Grandmama, but either one, or both.
Well, Charlotte. You may call me Icaroth. And if you're looking for something that you must see, you need to go see the shores. They're quite lovely this time of year.
Interesting. I'll remember that, Icaroth.
That sounded like a veiled threat. You should go see the shores and fall off of them.
Hey, hey.
Yes, perfectly normal human. I am harmless old lady. Hello, harmless old lady. I am perfectly normal human.
I just picture like running through his head. He's like,
Right.
what would a human say? What would a human say? You need to go see the shores. Do it.
What would
Do it.
What
Well,
would
please.
what would a normal person say? You need to go see the farm.
Oh, and by the way, Icaroth, you don't have to put that guise on me. I already know.
Oh, let me tell you, Charlotte. This guise isn't for you. This is for the rest of them. You at least understand.
Almost certainly. It's very fascinating, this place, and I'm sure the people.
Oh, trust me. You have no idea.
I've seen some fucked up people in my day. There's a guy who lives out on the farm. He loves bees, like to an unhealthy degree. There's a druid out there. He's wearing a coat that's too long, and he smokes just all the seaweed.
Whoa.
And then there's some other guy who is like the most generic fighter you will ever meet. He's great.
He's just
Yeah.
great.
It's the most generic final there is. Not gonna lie.
Alright. And with that, the two of you go your separate ways. Each, you know,
Now.
now, at the end of the evening, our party would find themselves, well, Shinzo and, fucking... Quap, thank you. Would find themselves at the docks, looking up at a very, very fine sailing vessel. Stepping off of it and coming down the docks towards them with a manservant in tow carrying way too much luggage is a tall, severe-looking woman with blazing red hair, feline, sharp features, and a stare that says, "I am way too tired for your shit. Get out of my way or you're going off this dock." And Shun, this is where you would enter, as your character would see the most generic-looking fighter you've ever seen, and a man in a massive overcoat that is covered in moss, lichen, and seaweed.
She bats her eyelashes and sucks on her teeth. She stands there, looking down. And this is the welcoming party? She asked, shaking her head. I thought that we had something arranged. She looks back at her manservant. So it's just me here, then, right?
Yes, milady.
Ah,
We...
straighten your gait. Yes. Good.
Yes,
Now.
milady.
She gives a smile. She looks around though, but how close are the other two?
About 15, 20 feet away.
Oh, okay. She doesn't notice them off the bat. However, like actually she does notice them, takes them as the locals, and begins to saunter to them. You would notice that her walking is very relaxed and confident. A similar prance to Bayonetta. Yes.
Yes.
She walks up to you guys and asks, "Where's the nearest hotel or inn?"
Well, okay. Like as you start walking up, Quap would kind of straighten himself out and kind of check himself and take a deep breath and hello, yes, welcome to Saltmarsh. Did you need a hotel?
That a bath. I love turkey. Where do you all have it? Are you the cook?
I am not. I am. My name is Eobrov Quapplefo. Milady, I will be at your service if you do need me. If you do need me.
Squints, and then nods.
The
The
manservant steps up and kind of raises a hand to Shun's character. "Milady, if I may."
Yes. Speak.
"We had to take a slight detour. This is not Neverwinter. This is a small town called Saltmarsh. We'll be leaving for Neverwinter in the morning."
What? Wait. No, they said Neverwinter then Waterdeep. What the hell are we doing here?
We started taking on water. We had to take a slight detour to get repairs done on the ship.
Lady, I assure you, everything will be just fine. If you will follow me, I'll take you to the inn. Just this way.
She grinds her teeth. and reluctantly follows.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
As walking, this is Saltmarsh, greatest city on the Sword Coast. Just the absolute the absolute
Great.
touristy, most glamorized version of the history of Saltmarsh, and this right here is where this battle was fought that never ever happened. Like,
So,
things
how
like he's
is
just like very much just trying to talk up the town as much as he can.
this place looks like a complete utter dump.
Ah, you see, that is what we call local flavor.
Flavor.
It's
Yes,
not.
Well,
It's not shitty. It's historic.
exactly.
very well. I guess like as she's like looking around, it is quite dark, isn't it? I guess you guys would see. Oh goodness. Um,
Real quick, Shun, is Helica carrying any weapons?
yes, she's always carrying her kopesh, her great two-handed kopesh on her back. No one touches it.
Shinzo would definitely take notice of that because it's a weapon he's never seen before. Looks like
What?
a kopesh is like a curved sword. I think.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to Google
Curved
kopesh now
visual
just to
sword.
make sure I'm thinking of the right weapon.
Yeah.
Quick, everyone Google.
To Google. Yes, it is a sword that goes straight and then hooks.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Dango, for the picture.
Right.
Kopesh. Yay.
Yes. Um, in this darkness, one, if they were paying attention, could see different shades of red and gold streaking to her eyes. Um, as well as it looks like almost as if her eyes are alive, just as fire is when it moves and flickers. Um, interestingly enough, when she blinks, her eyes are momentarily shielded by her thick, heavy eyelashes, though. So there's that. But she's practically just taking in the sights of the town right at the moment.
There isn't much to say about the sights of Saltmarsh. It's a it's a historic town, which means that every single building is old as shit.
Uh,
But the smell of brine and fish is thick in the air, and as you're passing by a lot of the buildings, you can see quite a few of them have been, getting renovated. Summer is usually the best time to do it, or in this part of the year, this part of the world, I should say, because once winter hits, everything's frozen.
that is a troubling thing. What is the current? Is anyone else out here as we're walking?
Oh yes, there's plenty of people, most of which are staring at you.
Ah,
Most
so
of
like,
them, most of them are humans. You see the occasional elf, dwarf, or halfling, but they all seem to be humanoids. Pink skin, fluffy hair, between 3 and 7 feet.
oh, she just gives him a curvingly fragile smile that creates slight dimples and creases.
Aw.
Nothing to worry about. Just beautiful people, she says as she's walking, being ushered.
At this point, as y'all are approaching the tavern/inn, you would see Ikarath coming down the street as well. And Ikarath, you would definitely notice her.
There it is.
And if Amos and Charlotte would like to be here as well, they are welcome to.
I do have a question that has been burning at the edges of my mind. What's the status on your religious chapter here?
Well, I myself don't really go for too much religious worship.
Oh, curious.
But my buddy Ikarath here, I'm sure he has some interesting things to say on that subject, don't you, buddy?
Yes. I mean, I suppose
Bless you.
it really depends what you are. Which chapter are you looking for?
Oh, another one of yours, huh? She leans down to inspect you further. She sniffs you.
He smells like a person. Like carefully disguised person.
Checks out. Alright, she just asks, so I'm not asking about what any of your personal faiths is, but this town, does it even have a church or anything?
Oh, certainly, yes.
It's one of these numbers. I should probably look that up.
I should like to pay it a visit after I get myself settled.
Oh, we can certainly make sure that you can visit any of the fine churches here in Saltmarsh.
That is beautiful.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What did I do?
What did you do?
Oh, okay, I see what.
What have you done?
Okay.
Oh
At
God!
this point,
It's okay. Just
Ikarath
dealt
would,
with me. That's all good.
Ikarath would kind of look over at Quap and say, Quap, I see you have a new friend. Who might this be?
Yes, this is the lady. She was happened to be coming to our town. I didn't mean to stay here, but I was showing her to the inn. Yes.
Another traveler.
What's her name? To answer Helika's question, by the way, the city does have a temple. It's primarily used as a temple to one of the ocean gods, but it can also be used as a church for any faith.
Beautiful. Just splendid. Her soft chiseled lips tune to a smile. However, she looks at Charlotte catches the eye of this tall cat Amazon. Saunters over to her, bends down a bit. You seem to be quite sprightly for an elder.
Oh, well, you see, I eat my good food. I drink tea every day. I take
Tea?
care of myself.
Tea does this? Huh? What kind of tea do you have? I might have to go and acquire some.
We got
She
the
says-
good tea. It has real cocaine in it.
She
Oh,
says,
yeah.
hold that thought. Actually, I should be getting myself settled. She turns to you.
As Helika turns around, she would see a very ruffled-looking farmer approaching with a large bee dinosaur in tow.
Her mouth drops and she just kind of like move behind the old lady a little bit.
Quap, there you are. Quap. It's me, Almo. Remember we went up to that place the other day, right? Remember me, right? I need my cut from that, like, now.
You let monsters openly walk your streets.
You see, I'm a little busy at the moment.
I'm a monster. That is Bigglesby, and I need my cut like right now.
Dingo, Dingo, you're cutting out really bad, and it sounds hilarious.
That's. Oh. Well,
What a fine pet you have there.
I'm not so sure if he's a pet, but thank you. He is very beautiful. Uh,
All of the casters, please roll Arcana. This is kind of an important moment. Alright, so both of you have it, and waiting for Quap to roll, because I'm pretty sure Quap has Arcana. If Quap doesn't have Arcana, Quap needs to roll Nature. Assuming Quap is even here.
I was away from my mouse for a moment,
Okay.
and so I'm sitting here trying to do this with the touchpad on the laptop, and it was not cooperating.
Yeah, that's...
There's Arcana.
Okay. Yeah. So, all of you can tell that this large bee monster is probably not natural. But Ikaroth and Charlotte can tell that it isn't just unnatural, it's a fae. Their finely tuned magical senses can see the interplanar spectral wisps of fairy power, dust, energy, radiating off of it. Basically, you can tell it's not from this plane. It's from somewhere else.
Is that a technical term there, Hawk?
Very technical. Like, this is the official term for it. Spectral fairy dust fuck.
that was
Charlotte, who has been taking the trail from Icarus' path and not so stalking him, except the bee, and
Please continue.
and just sort of nods and goes to the man, the keeper, and says, "That is a very fine specimen you have there."
he turns from Quap to the old woman. Why, thank you, Miss.
Charlotte, or grandmama.
Thank you, Grandma. I found him not too long ago, and goddamn, he's already eaten half my food store, so I'm trying to get Quap to give me my goddamn payment so I can feed this thing.
I told you, I paid you the other day. I already paid you for that job. When you come through on the honeycomb armor, we can talk.
I'm working a little busy right now with some side projects. As you can see.
The party hears a loud crunch and turns back to see the B-Rex eating a barrel.
No, put it down!
Not a barrel with any food in it, just a barrel.
Ikarath would kind of collect himself from the surprise of seeing this and just kind of walk over to Amo and say, "So you just found this? It just appeared to you?"
Kind of, sort of. I mean, there's like this ghost light trying to will-wisp me into the woods, so I was going after it to beat it down, keep it away from my farm. But it turned out to be Queenie, and then Queenie disappeared, and then there was an egg, and now there's this thing. I call him Big.
Wait a minute, wait. It sounds to me like you took Faye Baby. Is that about correct? And this is what it is.
I didn't take nothing. I simply walked here to try to get some food for it, and it followed me. I did name it, though. So if you don't like the name, you should have said something earlier.
Oh my god.
Real quick, Bean, did you decide on your patron?
Can it be Baba Yaga or the Sea Hag?
It can be Baba Yaga.
Okay, cool.
Roll me another Arcana check, please. You and Ikaroth. And Quap too, if you want, now that you actually know, now that you've gotten more of the story. Alright.
Well,
Charlotte would recognize this kind of behavior, especially coming from the Fae. And so would Quap. The Fae are known to play tricks on mortals and mess with them, and one of the ways they do is generally to leave a child somewhere and let the mortal take care of it until it's time for the child to return to the Fae realms. This sounds exactly like what happened.
Oh, it seems you've got the child of a fae. And it's quite common. I've had many a time of experience, you see.
Oh. Why didn't they leave like a little basket with a name on it there then? Seems a little irresponsible to have a kid not admit bad luck.
The Fae? Irresponsible?
They have their ways, you see. You can call those changelings.
I don't think Bigglesby here is much for changing. Unless you can. Can you?
Bigglesby
Well-
just starts eating the support beam of a balcony.
No, that Bigglesby, man. No, stop. Stop. I'm kind of like waving at him, like trying to, like not actually like slapping him because he could kill me, but like near his
The bee Rex turns back to you and starts following you again.
well, like lean back and like put like an arm around his neck to make sure he doesn't just like do something without me noticing. Okay.
At this point, Helica would return to the party, having, gotten a room at the inn and settled in and figured everything out. And there's a fucking bee Rex outside. That's more interesting than sleep. Am I right?
Alright.
She's still wordless that such a creature could even exist. It's almost Lovecraftian in a way. It's just, she's just trying to, just in her, she's trying to puzzle it. It's literally the meme with the lady trying to do the math. And, like, that's what she's. Yeah. She's just kind of like, just tall, silent, shrouded in her dark cloak, just looking. It's like, this shouldn't exist, but it does.
Quap would get out a length of rope and offer it to Amo. You at least need to get some kind of leash or something on that thing.
Whoa, no. I don't do none of that. That's against nature's way.
Oh, well, don't talk to me about nature's way. Look at this thing. That is against nature's way.
Aw, come on, Quap. He
rude.
definitely has control.
Yeah, he's a beautiful, beautiful creature. I'm holding his butt now, aren't I?
You are. You are now holding his butt. He is currently gnawing on your leg.
Relax me. I wish that would like pet his head.
He's trying to eat you.
If he was trying to eat me, I wouldn't have a leg. I think.
You are correct.
So, well, you wouldn't have to have any other jobs, would you?
And he would look back at the approaching princess. No, I don't right now.
Your stare. What was that about?
It was kind of weird. Seems like
Yeah,
you're
like-
lying to me here.
Seems like he does have a job.
And she just flutters her eyelashes. What is all this about the job? While I'm here, I guess I could make myself useful since I can't get to Neverwinter.
Well, actually, a job just opened up. Do you know how to repair support beams on balconies?
Spectacular.
glare. And she
Spectacular.
grimaces like, excuse you? Repair balconies.
Yes, and you walk over to the balcony.
That's cute. Who's running this? Who's in charge of this whole town? I should like to speak with them, actually.
As a matter of fact, a figure is approaching you, the party, flanked by about 4 or 5 guards.
Bob, I might actually need that rope. And I will quickly put a little collar rope on Bigglesby. Totally in control. Definitely not breaking the law.
The woman approaches the party. And what's all this then? She is a gruff-looking woman with short-cut gray hair, lots of wrinkles, and sharp eyes that look like they could cut you in half if you so much as said the wrong word to her. She glares at the party for a moment, and the folks who have lived here long enough would recognize her as Ada Oweland, the senior member of the town's council.
Oh, Peter. Always nice to see you.
Amo, what have you gotten into? You'd best be keeping that thing on a leash.
Right here, see? Got a new bee on the farm, came in to get some supplies, and, well, a bit more raucous than I thought it was, but everything's under control.
Better, you little pissant.
By the way that you talk, it would seem that you are the one who's in charge here, right?
I'm one of them. And who the hell are you?
Well, I've never been greeted like that before, but I'm Helica, Soul, from the Diamond Deserts, and I was on a voyage to Neverwinter, and I am here now. I am actually looking for something that could use my talents while I'm here till I disembark again.
Well, you'll find plenty of it. Right inside there's a billboard. It has all the jobs. Nice to have an envoy. Nice to have an envoy from somewhere, though. Never heard of the Diamond Deserts. Whereabouts it?
It's a continent over, actually. A couple continents over. It was a long travel, but I'm actually here on. I would be in Neverwinter, but since I'm here now, I'm here to. How do I say this? My father needs his influence spread, if I could put it like that.
Oh, I see. You're here as an envoy. Right. Well, Neverwinter's definitely where you want to go. But as long as you're here, I'm sure we could look into establishing some long-distance trade routes with your father.
More than that, actually, but that is a start. That's a good start.
Certainly. Well, come by the town council building tomorrow. I'll set you up an appointment.
Very well. Oh, and she extends a hand. Oh, actually, she already introduced herself. But she goes to shake anyway because that's the proper thing.
Yeah. Ada takes her hand and shakes it like once and then lets go. Her handshake is firm, but you can tell from how limp the actual shake is, she's tired and old. It probably doesn't want to deal with the 6 of you and a giant dinosaur bee causing trouble.
Well, I won't be causing any trouble. I can't speak for the others. While I'm here, I'm hoping to make your job here a little bit more easier.
Certainly. Right. Well, you lot stay out of trouble. And she points directly at Amo.
Always, always. And as you pointed at him, he was quickly hiding his bottle like back behind his back.
As the party heads back into the inn and the town councilor leaves, they would find like a lot of the people are very interested in chatting up Helica, figuring out like, ooh, where you from? What you seen? How was the adventure?
For sure. She relays to them that her father is an emperor and hailing from a continent way over. But she regales them in tales and how just mostly just talk about her father, but at the same time, it's more so her mission here. Um, she picks one out of the crowd who looks like they're really, really interested,
Yeah.
right? And she asks them, what is it that they do for a living here, other than fishing, it seems.
The guy kind of chuckles nervously and like, I'm a fisherman. That's all I do.
That's it. Nothing, no aspirations, no
What?
anything.
I own my own boat. Kind of already reached my aspiration.
Yeah, your own boat. There's a lot you can do with that. I actually had a proposition for you, but I think I'll hold out on it later. I am growing quite. I need a cat nap, she says.
A proposition, you say?
Yes.
A large, broad-shouldered man steps out of the crowd, and like as soon as everyone else sees him, they all scatter. Like they all scatter away and go back to their business, looking terrified.
Helica, sitting down, just puts one leg over the other, just looking at the guy, and slowly sips her whatever she was sipping.
The
She
man
just looks.
The man sits down across from her on the table, the rest of the party around them, and he casually puts both arms on the table. One is a normal hand, the other one is a silver hook.
And who might you be?
My name is Captain Theodore Hallfrost. You say you're looking for work.
It's whatever I can do to gain better standing here.
I happen to have it on good authority that your ship's gonna be scuttered for a good 3 days.
Now, that information shouldn't. How exactly do you know that?
He holds up his hook, and you see the inside of it start to glow. And then, as he looks through it, you can see his eye is magnified.
What manner of a device is that? She says.
He grins. Think about something you want to see, and touch it.
Oh, you allow me?
Of course, milady. And he actually holds out the hook hand for you.
Right, she takes her hand carefully, and she wants to see the vast deserts of her home. Touches it.
As she does, the image inside the hook shifts, and everyone in the party can see a vast desert with glistening diamonds floating above it.
Shinzo kind of reaches towards it and just tries to grab at the diamonds.
Your hand goes through it.
Throws his cup of ale down on the ground, all pissed off. That's some bullshit.
It's the inside of me hook is a scrying lens. Whatever I wants to see, I gets to see.
Isn't that a bit intrusive?
Maybe. But
I like that.
it gets me the information I need to do my job.
diabolical, she says.
He gives you a diabolical grin. Now then,
Sharp as one back.
as it so happens for all of you lot, including you too, Granny, if you're interested,
Oh, yes, I'm just observing, you see.
I have it on good authority that a bunch of the dwarves in the mines up north managed to uncover a bit of a dungeon deep underground. They're asking for someone to come in and clear it out of anything that's within before they go in looking for treasure. So tell
Oh,
me,
it sounds like a final job for an old lady like me. I like some cleaning, you see.
Horfrost just grins at that. So, what do you lot say to a bit of a dungeon crawl then?
It's been forever since I killed something, she says boldly. Okay, when do we start?
Meet me up in the mines tomorrow morning. I'll have your advance pay there, and we'll hammer out the rest of the details.
Very well.
And I get to download and set up the Tomb of Annihilation. Yay!
Nani? Wait, you said
Jeez.
what?
Kidding. I'm kidding.
With the nani.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was about to say,
I'm not gonna be that asshole yet.
It's like, hey, welcome to your very first game. Die.
And with that, if there's anything anyone else would like to do tonight in Saltmarsh,
Helica would, if any, she would give a pendant of soul to someone who's looking like they would be interested.
you could probably stop by the local temple. The priest would definitely be interested in that and hearing about the her adventures.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Bean, you were gonna say something?
Oh yeah, Charlotte is just curiously looking around at the interesting peoples, and she does catch eye of Helica. So, of course, what a beautiful child she is. She goes to keep a good eye on her.
Yes. Is there any reason why you're standing this close to me?
I just wanted to know. A youth and beauty like you in this sort of quaint place, you see?
Stranded, yes. What is your point, miss?
It's just interesting. A little bit wistful, you see. Of my own.
Spooky.
Yeah, Helica's just all like, yeah, you know, I am not afraid of stuff, but that I am afraid of that meme. So she just kind of looks at you, kind of scoots a little bit, but it's not enough to where it's like disrespectful, I guess. She's all like, she kind of turns to you. She says, we're going to be facing all manner of fiends or whatever in wherever we have to go with the dwarves. I can imagine. But I think it'd be best for you to kind of hang back, right? Just let us do the slicing and dicing. We don't want to have an old lady like yourself dying too early.
Oh, you see.
And she gives you a little head pat.
Long? Oh, she sort of just, her eyes bulge out just for a brief moment, but she goes back to her weary gaze, and she goes, oh, well, I've lived for this long. It's not like I can die any later.
Oh? How old are you?
I could have sworn you were just gonna leave it at, it's not like I can die.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Grath would be observing this entire the way.
Alright.
Old woman.
Oh, you know, healthy 21.
All right, she gets up, slams, drinks the rest of her liquor, slams it down. I'm going to go to sleep, and she goes up to her room.
It's quite rude of you to ask a lady what their age is.
Grath would kind of look over at Charlotte and say, like I said, people understand.
Oh.
Alright, y'all. I think we are going to call it there for the evening. I'm going to spend the next week setting up this dungeon. And we are going to have ourselves a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl.
Oh yeah.
Feels good to play with you again, Hulk.
Yeah, it really does, man. I'm glad you joined. And Bean, I love Charlotte. Charlotte's great.
Thanks.
Yeah, it has really become a lot more interesting now, I will say.
I cannot wait.
I have laughed so much already tonight. It's great. I cannot wait
welcome.
for next week.
Yes.
Welcome, Ian.
Welcome to the game, y'all.
Yes.
Folks on YouTube, thank you for watching. See you next time. Beep boop.
Peace, love, and coconuts.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. My name is Hawk, and I've been your GM for today. Our players today were Shinzo, playing Shinzo, the human fighter. Bobbert, playing Eobrov Quapplefo, the half-elf druid. Ryan, playing Ikaroth, the Yuan-Ti warlock. Dingo, playing Amo, the human Kaiju tamer. Bean, playing Charlotte, the human warlock. And Shun, playing Helica, the Tabaxi barbarian. Character art used belongs to Jokat, Daria Rashev, Shutterstock, and Dreamscarred Press. Shun and Bean drew their own artwork as well. Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Dungeons & Dragons, and all associated properties are copyright Wizards of the Coast. This has been a Prism Blade Gaming production. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, and please share it with your friends. We stream this campaign on a weekly basis at 8 p.m. on Sundays over at twitch.tv/PrismBladeGaming. You can also follow me on Twitter at HawkJohansson to keep up to date with other streams and videos that we'll be working on in the near future. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again next time.